Our headline today comes to us from the place where we get all of our top headlines, bosshunting.com.
I beg your pardon.
The title of this piece, written by Gary Liu. Well, you know what? I'm not going to give you the title. I'm just going to read the piece. Remember that canary in the coal mine scene from The Big Short? You know, the one where Steve Carell's Mark Baum realizes the global economy was approaching a historic decline. Remember that scene? Do you remember where they were at when he had that? Sure. No, remember they were in a strip club.
Dangling from the preposition.
They were in a strip club. Well, as it turns out, this piece writes, that scene steeped in an alarming amount of reality, so much so that your everyday stripper can predict markets better than most finance professionals, at least according to a certain netizen by the name of...
Been saying that for years. Mrs. OG is like, I don't care. It's not market research. Like, it is. This is a work expense, dang it.
This, by the way, woman who says that she can predict markets better than bankers can, goes by the name on Twitter, Reverse Cowgirl 6.
Okay. That almost got coffee everywhere.
It's getting a little hot.
I'm just reading the piece. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm reading the piece. Who recently instigated a viral Twitter thread on the subject. The strip club is sadly a leading indicator, and I can promise y'all we're in a recession. The piece continues, the Oracle of Orgasm City, or Horacle, as she playfully dubs herself. I'm just reading the piece. Then added how stock alerts are routinely used to decide whether it's worth going to work, and how a strip club is more of an operative tool for business rather than just a, quote, sin. She said, we always have to be aware of fluctuations in the market and how upper-class white men are behaving and spending their money.
I don't know about upper class.
She talks about, right. Good point. A lot of upper-class guys I know headed that way. Oh, I was going to go to the Hamptons, but
let's
instead,
go to the landing strip.
I thought I'd go out by the airport. Right. In reference.
Got a big business meeting next to the airport.
In reference to the 2001 Enron scandal, she revealed that strip clubs were where energy salesmen brought their clients and recruiters, their, quote, prospective finance bros, due to how, quote, deeply integrated adult entertainment was within the business world. She said, one day I'll write about how Enron shaped Houston strip club culture in terms of zoning laws, normalization, which will generally be me coming full circle since we emigrated to the U.S. for my job's dad at Enron. She talks about how, and I think she does actually make a good point, which is why I wanted to bring this up, OG, which is that though that there are some leading indicators, I'm obviously joking somewhat about this industry, but there's no doubt in my mind that fewer of these finance bros head to the strip club when money's not pouring in, right?
Sure. Absolutely. And I mean, you can look at lots of different things. I mean, it could be, how many, there's probably, if a hedge fund hasn't figured out this algorithm yet, I'm sure somebody can work on it. The number of house listings that have a price decrease on Zillow after they're listed.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, the last 5 years, house gets listed. I don't know about you guys, but there's some areas that I pay attention to and I have them marked on Zillow, like when a house in our neighborhood and that sort of thing. So it's like, oh, the Sonehuses are selling their house. Oh, and it's sold. Like, whoa, holy cow. And now it's like, hey, that lake that we like, there's some houses available and there's a reduction and there's another reduction in price. You can use that as a tool too. Used car sales, new car sales, those are all different areas, basically discretionary income, right? It's like, where are you going to pull back from if you feel personally that things aren't headed in the right direction? And the first place I'd pull back from is 100% the strip clubs. But the second place 100%. Would be...
I think I already pulled back from the strip club.
Yeah. Again, I've lobbied repeatedly. I'm not allowed to have a girlfriend. I've asked,
Did you submit your request in triplicate?
I did, and as today is my 20th anniversary, it's doubly stamped no, unapproved.
Denied.
Reject.
The business meetings that I think I should have at strip. I'm kidding. I don't.
No.
I don't have.
Yes. Yeah.
I can barely keep one woman happy. How the am I going to keep two?
I graduated from strip clubs the second that my friends stopped getting married. I'm like, no, let's not do the bachelor party at strip. Please, no, let's not. No, pass. Doug, though, you ever think about getting into the adult industry?
Joe, being me is the most adult business. You should try it sometime. It's pretty great out here where you can just live your life and people don't need dad jokes or travel stories. It's like what real adults do, Joe. So I'm in the adult business.
He's the adult in the room. Oh, gee, we've got one.
Yeah. No, but seriously, though, I used to be a stripper. I did it for a long time. I mean, all the wallpaper and the walls, I was really good at it.
Oh, boy.
Like get down low, could reach up high. I was good at being a stripper.
No dad jokes, huh? You just said
got to wear the
don't
great
need
outfits.
any dad jokes, and we go right to the strip and paint joke. That's a pivot.
It's a highbrow humor.
Look at the pivot right there. But on that note, you know, what was interesting, OG, when I was a planner, I had a couple clients that were veterinarians. And I remember at a client event, I was introducing them to each other and they were talking business and they were sharing that when it comes to your pets, that they could see market downturns because people would stop taking their pets to the vet, which is horrible because, you know, we talk about how our pets are a member of the family with the kids. Apparently they're a member of the family until things go bad with the portfolio. And then maybe Cooper's not the equal member anymore that he used to be.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, some people would put that in a different, you know, hierarchy, lake house, Cooper lake house, you know, depends on your order of operations and what you think is important. But I mean, sadly, that's true. And I bet that's also, take it a step further, I bet it's also true to look at like adoption rates of pets. You could probably look at shelters of pets, like it probably increases during, you know, not so good times because it does cost money, right?
Yeah. But all of those are trailing indicators, right? Whether it's the strip clubs or it's those are all things that happen after these leading indicators have caused the recession.
I wouldn't think so.
Actually, the stripper here, Doug, is saying it's a leading indicator. Is saying she sees it before the banker does.
Yeah, I would concur with that.
I don't agree.
Well, it's okay to be wrong.
You think it's when you get your first statement or you check your balance online and you go,
absolutely. I mean, look, economics is the study of human emotion, right? And so that how my emotions are driving me is going to control whether or not I feel relaxed and good enough to go to a strip joint or creepy enough, or if I'm going to be a little bit uptight. I'm so trying to avoid words that are conjoined with strip clubs in a creepy way.
You're so blocked up.
But I mean, but all of those things are going to indicate my current emotional state about my money, and to some extent how I treat my cat, as well, which is with fear. But I think those are all trailing indicators. You know, leading indicators are going to have much more to do with, I think, how what decisions the Fed is making, how import-export tariffs are being treated, you know, some of those things that are can control more of the flow of money into subsidiary markets.
I think the big thing here, though, I don't know, you know, I brought up this topic, but I also think, OG, that there's not much that you do with this on the portfolio side. Like, I'm not going to trade my portfolio based on the fact that the strip club's empty or, you know,
No, but do you remember the scene from The Big Short where they were,
like, holy cow, this is coming. This is an opportunity.
The adult entertainment people, and they're like, oh yeah, I bought 3 houses, you know, with no money
doc.
down and cash only, and the hedge fund guys are like, holy cow,
yeah,
you know, they used it. I mean, I don't know I don't know if that was true to real life or if it was just some sensationalized thing they put in the movie. But
And I'm not trying to say that it's worthless information. Trailing indicators definitely serve a purpose, and if we haven't caught or realized some leading indicators, which oftentimes get missed, as in 2007, then absolutely, if you spot it on a trailing indicator, use it. And I would think that from that perspective, it is good.
Well, I'm glad you said that this isn't worthless, Doug, because I don't think it is, but I do think, guys, that the way to handle this is if I'm a veterinarian, or if I'm a stripper, or if I'm in one of these cyclical industries, OG, I might get a little more worried about my job at certain times because I'm paying attention to what's going on in the economy. So this is the time when I might make sure that my debt's cleaned up or make sure that my emergency fund is funded, because I'm in an industry where I know historically things haven't gone well during a time like maybe is here.
Yeah, I would agree. Veterinarians absolutely know when the market's going to the dogs. That they.
You have pets though, Doug, don't you?
Absolutely. I got 2 of them right now, 2 dogs that are living like kings right next to me right now at the moment. I mean, they say that I'm the master, or people say, you're the master of your pets, but with my dogs, I'm only a little
like
bit
they
in
let
charge
you
because they
let you be the master.
On like a Wednesday afternoon when they need to be fed.
That's like me with a cat. It's like, hey, buddy, time to do my bidding. Come on. Like, come on.
Yeah. And cats give you that look. Like the cats have that ability to look at you and right away you're subservient.
I'm thinking about like side hustle becoming a beekeeper, by the way. These people that get into beekeeping.
I feel like you're trying to set up this joke and it's just going to fail miserably. But go ahead.
Yeah. Crazy people.
These guys that get into beekeeping,
why do you
they
think
get
I'm
into it so they don't get stung by the economy.
Wait. Let me prepare my fake laugh. Let me get in the right headspace to
No, Joe, we don't hear about the people that get into beekeeping. Why don't you tell us about it?
How beekeepers were they?
So I went to buy my first set of bees, and I told the guy that I wanted 12. And he gave me 13. And I said, dude, you gave me one too many. He goes, no, that's a freebie.